What's up, guys? It's your Money Cat here. Today we're going to talk about Amazon stock. Amazon, along with the rest of the market, has been selling off pretty darn hard starting around September 2nd or beginning of September, and it's fallen down about 18%, a little over 18% from its high to low. But last week it did show some signs of reversal, which is what we're going to talk about today. If you notice, it did dip down a little bit below, but essentially it bounced off of this really strong support line that already existed from previous run. So here, as you'll notice, stock was going up, skyrocketing. Then it started to fall down here. And this is where it bounced around 29.40 level. Then it went up, bounced off that top resistance around 32.60 again, and then it was in a channel, then turned into like a ascending triangle, and then it broke through. So remember that, because that's going to come back. But let's look at more recent downfall. So it was definitely in a downtrend, as you can see, with the making lower lows as well as lower highs, which is the classic standard picture of a downtrending stock. But recently it has started to make it has started to make higher lows. It hasn't made a higher high yet, but that's where I can see Amazon going. So previous high was around 31.40. So that's at least the level that I want, or I hope this stock to go to, because then what I can picture is it'll hit, and I think it'll actually go a little bit higher up. But worst case, if it bounces down, the hope is that it'll make a ascending triangle and then eventually break upward like so. But I do think it'll actually go a little bit farther, and I'm looking at resistance around 180-day moving average line here, which should be around 3,200 or so, or even a little bit farther at this 3260-ish level. And that is the resistance level that I was talking about that existed from previous run. So it bounced off 1, 2, 3, 4 times before breaking upward, and likely it'll act as a really strong resistance once again. So keep those levels in mind. Another sign of possible reversal is the MACD. MACD's continuing to look greener and greener, which signifies upward momentum. RSI is kind of neutral, around 55 or so right now, so it doesn't really help us at this time. Now, I want to bring your attention to a 1-year time frame chart right here. So it gives us a little bit broader picture, and you can see that this channel right here is still in the works. It was in this channel for a while before, and I think it'll stay in this channel once again for a little bit before either breaking upward or downward. So we can definitely take advantage of that. Now, the key thing here in the 1-year time frame daily chart is look at the MACD. So this was back in March right here when the pandemic started, and at its low, this is where the MACD hit, okay? And I've drawn the red line already, so you can look at that. And then it started bouncing. It crossed a little later, and it made this ridiculous run upward to the tune of, I think, close to 100%. A little over 100%, 116% or so. Now, look at the MACD again, but more recently. So the recent low is right here, and look where the MACD is. It's pretty darn close to the same MACD level that we've had at the March low. Now, if you look at it a little more closely, the MACD is showing signs, or it appears to be making a crossover into an upward momentum. It can definitely be a fake out, but at this low level of MACD that is very similar to the March low, I think chances are pretty good that it will make a crossover and start to move upward, which means that I can see Amazon stock continuing to move up to the resistance that I talked about, either at 3,200 or a little bit higher, 3,260 or so. And likely there, I can see a little bit of resistance, but if this MACD does cross over and continue to move up, then it'll definitely break through and continue its way up. So then what's the downside? What's the risk here? Well, let's say that this MACD crossover doesn't really happen, or it's a very weak fake one. Then I can see Amazon stock kind of meandering around here and eventually breaking below this 29.45 support that we have here. In that case, it's going to be a very dangerous territory, as it'll likely to go all the way down up to or until this 180-day moving average, because there's really no support line here. I can see maybe a little bit here. It'll probably be close to the 180-day moving average by the time that it plummets there. So that would be about another 13-14%. I don't think that'll happen. I think it will be a crossover into a reversal, at least up until 3260 or so. But time will tell. If you want to be a little bit more sure, wait a little while longer to really have the confirmation. So the confirmation will be when Amazon starts to make higher highs as well. So definitely breaking above the previous high of 3140-ish. And then continuing this higher high, higher low pattern into a 3260 and possibly beyond. Make sure you also pay attention to the macro trend. This is the daily chart, yearly time frame. Keep an eye on that possible MACD crossover. If it does crossover, then I can definitely see Amazon heading up again to its all-time high. Now, thanks for watching. Share your opinions in the comment section below about Amazon stock, and don't forget to subscribe. I hope you guys have a green week next week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.